Today I have Nilanja Makhija on my podcast. She is a former VP of Product, an ex-UBS leader, and AI leadership coach as well. We will hear a lot of informative content from her because she has over 15 plus years of experience in the industry, and she also helps different product managers at the senior level to position themselves for the industry. I have covered a lot of common questions in the rapid fire, so you should not miss that because it will cover everything that every PM or aspiring PM and questions can have. So, without wasting any time, let's start the podcast. Hey everyone, I have Nilanja Makhija with me. She actually connected on LinkedIn as a professional network. So I got in contact with her and I saw her profile. So I really wanted to invite her to my podcast. So welcome, Nilanja.
It was really nice that you've had me over your first podcast. Thank you so much for inviting.
Yeah,
Thank you.
my pleasure. Yeah. So can you please give a quick introduction about yourself?
Sure. So, my journey into product management was not a straight line. Okay. I started in technology and delivery roles, which gave me a strong foundation in execution, stakeholder management, and problem solving. Over time, I had this keen interest of, entering into the decisions behind the work. Why are we building this? Okay. What problem are we really solving and how do we measure the impact? So that curiosity basically pulled me into the product. And ever since then, I moved into the product with over 15 years of experience now building products in complex environments, including financial services and AI-led initiatives. What helped me most was understanding that product management is less about titles and more about judgment.
Correct. That's really amazing. So I have seen this one thing that people who are actually trying to transition into product management, they actually don't know why they want to come in it. But like you beautifully mentioned that you wanted to know the science behind the decision making, you wanted to know why we are building something. So I think these are really two good qualities of being a product manager. So I really love it.
So, my current role basically involves around, building product strategies, prioritizing investments, aligning stakeholders, and ensuring that we deliver measurable business impact. A large part of my job is around decision making under ambiguity. Okay. Product leadership is fundamentally, you know, about creating clarity when the path forward is not obvious and we do not have all the information.
Yeah.
So, in short, I would say the higher you go, the less your job is about having answers, and the more it's about making sound decisions with incomplete information.
Hmm. Yep. That's a really good quality of a product leader, how we can take, risky plus meaningful decisions so that our strategy also remains as in our we are working towards our goal and as well as how our product benefits out of it along with the customers. So thank you so much for sharing
Yeah.
that information. So how did you actually transition into product management? I think you already mentioned that why you wanted to become
Right.
a product manager, but how was that transition?
So, as I mentioned, I was working into, development, testing, into delivery heavy roles.
Hmm.
And with time, I gained keen interest on decisions behind the same. Like what problems are we solving? Why are we solving that problem? And what are the trade-offs? What we can actually do, what are the basic challenges?
Hmm.
So that keen interest basically drew me towards product. And then I've been into product since more than 15 years now, building
Hmm.
and delivering products for financial services and AI-led initiatives
Awesome.
into complex environments.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And what were the biggest challenges that you faced in your transition when you were trying to get into product
Okay.
management?
Yeah. So the hardest part was not learning the frameworks. It was learning how to think commercially and strategically. Early in my journey, I focused on execution,
Hmm.
but product leadership is more about asking better questions. Okay, what matters most? What should we deprioritize? What risks are we willing to take? That shift from delivery to making trade-offs was the biggest transformation that I've had. And Ironically,
Mhm.
this is the same challenge that I see many experienced PMs are really having in today's date.
Yep,
They know the work, but they struggle to communicate strategic thinking the way hiring panel can trust.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. That is, I think, one of the biggest challenges that people are facing these days and been facing from a long time. Yep. Why many capable PMs still struggle to get shortlisted?
One of the biggest misconceptions in today's market is that experienced product managers are getting rejected because they lack capability. In most cases, that is not true. They are getting rejected because their profile and interview answers don't make their thinking visible.
Mhm.
At senior levels, hiring managers are not evaluating what you've done in terms of work.
Mhm.
They are evaluating whether they trust your judgment. And that is something which is missing in most struggling PM's profiles.
Right.
Their resumes are heavy with execution words, too much buzzwords, and their product thinking is not visible in their profile. So that's one of the reasons that it becomes really difficult for them to get shortlisted because a
Yeah.
hiring manager would want to see why should I trust this person to make decisions? Because he's going to buy your product thinking.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Okay, this is exactly what I work with PMs and product leaders, helping them translate strong experience into a narrative that hiring managers immediately trust. If you are an experienced PM and feel like your profile should be converting better than it is, then issue may not be your capability.
Hmm.
It may be how your experience is being interpreted. That's fixable.
So, audience, if you want to reach out to her, you can feel free to reach out to her. I'm sharing her contact links in the description. You can book a session on the top page if you need her help, or you can directly reach out to her on LinkedIn as well. So, feel free to reach out. Check out the description now. What should be the aspiring PMs focus on for breaking into a product role specifically? Because I think AI is the new buzzword these days, and I have seen a lot of people writing AI into their profile headlines, into their profiles as well, even if they're not doing any AI work, or even if they're doing
Correct.
some kind of automation work, they're still naming it AI. But what should
Correct.
exactly people do so that they can break into the core AI PM roles?
Right. Okay. So my suggestion, my advice to them would be many people think that they need to become machine learning experts. And as you rightly mentioned, they would want to learn different sorts of tools, right? In reality,
Mm-hmm,
AI product managers need just three things. Okay.
mm-hmm,
First, strong product fundamentals. Second, understanding of AI capabilities and limitations.
right.
And third, ability to identify business use cases where AI creates value. You don't need to build models. Okay. You don't need to you just need to make informed product decisions. And AI doesn't replace product fundamentals. Okay. It just
Exactly.
raises the bar.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a really
So
good
this is
point.
something that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep, yep. I think if AI is only used at those places where it is moving the business needle, then only it should be utilized. Otherwise, I don't think AI is not, I don't think AI is playing any role in benefiting any of the users or the PMs as well. Okay.
correct.
And what hiring managers actually look for when they're trying to evaluate candidates, specifically for the product management roles.
Correct. So I am taking a lot of interviews, and at my level, from hiring panel lens, when I look at that level, hiring managers evaluate judgment, okay, prioritization ability, trade-off thinking,
Hmm.
executive communication, ownership, strategic influence. So they want confidence that you should be able to make decision when the data is incomplete. Basically, hiring panels are buying confidence in your judgment when they are interviewing you.
So if whenever you're hiring for any roles, there are a lot of people who actually apply. And I think, let's say, if you are hiring for, let's say, a product manager role as a VP, what would be your initial steps to screen the candidates? Would it be regarding the strictly meeting the eligibility criteria, or would it be something else?
So I basically use this 20 seconds or 30-second scan for the resume. Okay. And in that, I clearly prioritize the language that people are using, because what I really want to see as a hiring panel is what is your thinking behind your work. I'm not interested in what work you have done in your entire span of career, right? I'm basically interested in seeing how you have evolved as a product professional. Okay, you're thinking behind your resume. So all these kind of buzzwords like I worked on this, I built this, these are the kind of words that a candidate should clearly remove from his resume, because that's something that breaks the shortlisting.
Yep. I think it's a point to Nate. I think it's a point for everyone to take care of what Linja has mentioned. It's very important that you write the exact words or the language that a hiring manager wants to see and hear. Yep. So have you ever come across any scenario where you think that people or candidates are making certain positioning mistakes that might weaken the strong profiles?
Definitely, yes. I see many times they have their resume which are execution heavy. That's one thing. I
Hmm.
also see that there are generic headlines that they use, the header. Most of the people, they do not have even LinkedIn profiles properly framed. So
Oh.
that is also one of the drawbacks that I clearly see. And the bullet points that they usually write in their experiences are execution heavy, as I clearly mentioned. They are responsibility focused resumes, right?
Hmm.
Overuse of buzzwords that clearly indicates that they are using, AI models to basically update their resumes like
Yeah.
chat GPTs.
Yep.
It's very clear and evident from that.
Yes.
And their interview answers sound too polished, too ready, too smart to be human, right? So that's the kind of things that these mistakes people are making, and people shouldn't if they want to
Yep.
get shortlisted and clear the interview.
Yep, yep. So if you are a hiring candidate, you want to apply for certain roles, then I think these word you should take care of. It should never be an execution
Right,
heavy resume. It should never be, having some kind of buzzwords where it should be clearly mentioning that what are your strengths, and also make sure that you are properly updating your profile. Whatever you have written in resume, it should always showcase that same in the LinkedIn as well. Okay, amazing. Thank you so
right.
much for sharing that. Now, last question before we go to the rapid fire. So it would be, if you're hiring someone right now, what would be that one quality that you look for?
Stop asking whether you need another certification. Start asking whether your profile and interviews make your judgment visible. Okay. Most people are much closer than they think. The challenge is not becoming more capable, it's translating the experience they already have. And just show your thinking, your product thinking into your profile. That's where you get shortlisted.
Amazing, amazing. Cool. Okay.
So your experience gets you considered and your positioning gets you trusted. This is exactly what I work with PMs and product leaders, helping them translate strong experience into a narrative that hiring managers immediately trust.
Now let's start with the rapid fire questions. So do you need an MBA to become a product manager? Sure.
No, an MBA can help, but it is not a prerequisite. Hiring managers care far more about your problem solving capability, your
Mhm.
product judgment, and communication skills than any specific degree. I've worked with many successful PMs who built strong careers without an MBA.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. And do you think will AI replace product managers in the upcoming future?
AI will automate parts of product work, but it won't replace the core responsibilities of a strong PM. PMs are responsible for judgment, prioritization, trade offs, and strategic decisions. Those become even more valuable as AI accelerates execution. So, AI won't replace product managers, it will raise the bar for them.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. So if you know what a product manager does, then I think don't have to worry. You just focus on your core fundamentals and build your overall knowledge around AI and how you can leverage AI for becoming a better PM. Okay. Now coming to the
Right.
next question. So how is AI changing the PM role?
PMs need to understand that AI can and cannot do, where it creates business value, and where governance and risk matter. The fundamentals remain the same, but the context is changing. So the role isn't disappearing, but it's becoming more strategic.
Cool, cool. Yep. And how should PMs upskill these days to stay relevant? Because I think a lot of education institutes are, throwing away courses in AI. They are throwing away a lot of
Right,
courses without any making sense. They are just simply doing a selling. But even if I'm
right,
learning to, become a product manager, and I want to learn AI and how I can upskill, and I think this will definitely help a lot of audience.
right. That's exactly a very important question at this stage. And my advice would be strengthen your product fundamentals first. Then learn AI concepts, practical use cases, and how to evaluate business impact.
Hmm,
Tools change quickly, judgment compounds.
exactly. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Don't chase, yeah, don't chase every tool, build decision making capability. That is the key of product professional.
Hmm, yep, yep. Cool. And what skills will matter most in the next 3 to 5 years for product managers?
Right. That's a very important question, Rupinder. Thanks for asking that. I believe strategic thinking, problem framing, product judgment, communication, AI literacy, and business acumen. The future belongs to the PMs who combine strong fundamentals with AI fluency.
Amazing. Okay. I think this ends our rapid fire question round. So I think you have shared a lot of information. I have also learned a lot from you. And definitely we are going to maybe connect again sometimes in the near future as well. So thank you so much,
Sure.
Nilanja, for your amazing session, amazing valuable information sharing with all everyone here with me as well as my audience as well. And so, guys, if you want to reach out to her, just go and check out the description. I have shared her details in the description. You can reach out to her anytime and feel free to book any session with her as well because she's an amazing product leader. She's going to explain each and everything in detail. And if you're facing struggles with your interviews or you're not receiving the calls, she will help you in positioning yourself so that you can definitely get your dream job. So if you're new to my channel, then click on the subscribe button. Thank you, and we'll meet again.